During our trip to Goa, we were on a visit to the UNESCO World Heritage Site named Churches and Convents of Old Goa. After visiting the Basilica of Bom Jesus, we moved to a campus of heritage building blocks situated opposite to the road. This campus includes the Archaeological Museum of Goa and other churches and chapels. The Archaeological Museum of Goa is located at the back of the convent and church of St. Francis of Assisi. This museum contains many important and beautiful artifacts of the Portuguese rule in India. The museum was set up by the Archaeological Survey of India in 1964. As the museum was crowded, and we were running behind our schedule, the plan to visit the museum was postponed. The campus houses SE Cathedral, which is presented as the most imposing of all the churches at Old Goa, by Goa Tourism Development Corporation. Also called St. Catherine's Cathedral, this 16th-century masterpiece took 80 long years to finish, and is one of the largest churches in the world. Built on a raised laterite plinth and covered in lime plaster, this cathedral measures 76 meters in length, 55 meters in breadth, whilst its frontispiece stands 35 meters high. The cathedral was built to honor the triumph of the Portuguese over the rulers of Goa, to take ownership of the city. The formation of the church began in 1562. The church was completed in 1619 and was consecrated in 1640. The cathedral is dedicated to Saint Catherine. Catherine was a lady who was considered as a Christian saint according to tradition, and was martyred in the early 4th century, at the hands of the pagan emperor Maxentius. It is believed that she was both a princess and a noted scholar, who became a Christian at around the age of 14, and also converted hundreds of people to Christianity, and was martyred around the age of 18. Besides the main altar, there are 8 chapels along the sides of the nave, and 6 altars at the transept. The cathedral was presented with the Golden Rose by Venerable Pope Pius XII. The architecture of SE Cathedral is awe-inspiring and elegant. When one visits the church, they will be amused to witness the amazing construction techniques and designs used while building the church. The architectural style is a blend of Gothic elements and typical Portuguese style. Owing to such a magnificent aura and the glory, SE Cathedral has been stated as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. It is known as the largest church in Asia, and is home to the historic Golden Bell, which is famous around the world, as it is the largest bell with a rich sound. The intricate work on wood in the interiors of the church add to its beauty, as it the wonderful work of art. The church is amazingly decorated, yet the style is intriguing and simple. This place is a combination of peace and beauty. Visited by millions from all over the world, the church is regarded as a pilgrimage by people of all religions. It is the most indispensable tourist attraction in Goa, and a trip to Goa is considered to be incomplete without paying a visit to SE Cathedral. Visiting the cathedral will not only rejuvenate you, but will also fill you up with positivity. On our way ahead to the next heritage monument was Gandhi Circle, middle of which, the statue of Mahatma Gandhi is positioned. Gateway of the Palace of Adil Shah, is situated in the compound of Church of St. Cajetan. This gateway is the only surviving witness to the palace, which existed before it was demolished to make way for other structures. During the visit to St. Cajetan Church, one will have to pass by this structure, and it will not take more than 2 minutes to visit. St. Cajetan Church, also known as the Church of Divine Providence, is a church of the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Goa and Daman. A statue of the saint welcomes visitors to the church. Undisputedly one of the most beautiful churches in Goa, this gracious old building stands, northeast of the Cathedral. The church was completed in 1661 and is part of the World Heritage Site, Churches and Convents of Goa. There are also 4 ornamental niches in the facade, containing the statues of the apostles. The facade exhibits superb examples of Corinthian architecture. The sparkling white facade speaks eloquently as to the European origins of the church's architecture. It was built to have architectural similarities with St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. The main altar is dedicated to Our Lady of Divine Providence, the patroness of the church. The main altar is profusely carved and backed by a gilded reredos. This reredos is unique in that, unlike most of the others seen in Goa, it tapers towards the ceiling, and is crowned by a sun. Although the church was originally dedicated to Our Lady of Divine Providence, it is more commonly known as the Church of St. Cajetan, who was a contemporary of St. Francis Xavier, and the founder of the order of monks called the Theatines. In addition to the main altar there are 6 more altars, 3 on either side. These altars have painting done on canvas, many of which depict the life of St. Cajetan. The interior of this church, whilst also Corinthian, shows Baroque, Rococo and Goan influences, in the intricately carved and gilded work. It's crowned with a huge hemispherical dome, on the pattern of the Roman Basilica of St. Peter. Although small compared to some of the other Goan churches, it is heralded as being the epitome of art and craftsmanship. Arch of Viceroy, also known as Viceroy's Arch, was erected in 1599 in Goa, by Viceroy Francisco da Gama, the grandson of Vasco da Gama. The arch was restored in 1954 after it faced a collapse. The arch has a statue of Vasco da Gama at the center. The side of the arch that faces the river, has a deer emblem on Vasco da Gama's coat of arms.